Hi, welcome back to our lesson one on model drawing. Now, today I'm going to talk to you about the building blocks of model drawing. So there are a few building blocks that we need to learn how to draw. The first one is your parcel model, and then the next one will be your comparison model. So we will be talking about the comparison model in the next lesson. But for our first lesson, we will look at how to draw a parcel model. So what exactly is a parcel model? It is a whole rectangle. It's a rectangle. Model refers to rectangle, and you cut it into parts. That is called a parts whole model. So let's look at an example. Now, Mary's mass is 57, all right, 57 kilogram, and Tom's mass is 80 kilogram. So what is their total mass? So how do we draw this problem, right, into a model? So there are some elements, essentials of model drawing that we need to understand. Because without these essentials, without these important elements, you find that our model drawing is unable to be clear. It's not clear. And you wouldn't be able to use the model to solve it because the essentials, the important elements are not inside. So what are those important elements? So if you read the question, you can see there are two persons. So if I'm going to draw a parcel model, it will be a rectangle, a whole rectangle, and I will cut it into two parts. Okay, two parts because there are two persons. So I cut into two parts, and one shorter part and one longer part. So the shorter part refers to a lesser value. The longer part refers to a larger value. So who has the smaller value, which is Mary? So there's an arrow sign there. So the arrow sign refers to what part does it belong to? Or this part belongs to who, right? And what is the value for this part? So the arrow sign has a few meaning, right? It refers to this part belongs to what, belongs to who, and what is the value of these parts. So I will put the label, which is Mary, right? Mary as the letter M. And labels are always outside the rectangle. You always put labels outside. We do not put the labels inside. So what do we put inside the boxes or the parts? We put the value. Okay, the value inside the parts. So you can put 37 kg, or you can just put 37 inside. And then the larger part will be Tom. And the arrow sign again refers to what does this belong to? Right, this part belongs to who? It belongs to Tom. And Tom has a mass of 80 kilogram. Right? So you can put the kg inside, or you don't want to put the kg, it's up to you. But the important thing is we put values, right? What do we put into the boxes? We put numbers, values. Okay, so you have the arrow sign, you have the labels, you have the numbers inside, and the next important thing that we must have is a question mark. So what is their total mass? So your question mark will be the entire rectangle. So you have to find the value of this whole rectangle. So the arrow sign refers to the value, right? How big is the rectangle? So that's where you put the question mark, and that's your model. So this is called a parcel model. And what do you see on this model? The important elements. And what are they? They are the values, right? The values that you put into the boxes, the labels, the Mary and Tom, you have to label them and put onto the model. There's an arrow sign, right, to show how big is the value, right? And what does it belong, who does it belong to, right? So the arrow sign refers to who does it belong to, right? Mary. So you have an arrow that shows you that the part belongs to Mary, and there's a longer arrow that shows you that part belongs to Tom, right? And you also have the question mark, right, which is important because you need to know what to find to get the answer. Okay, so if the model is done, then you can see that it's clear, right? The model is clear and you'll be able to solve it. So what is their total mass? So their total mass will be add the two parts together to get the whole rectangle. So you have 57 plus 80, right? And you get the total mass already. That will be 137 kilogram. So the total mass is 137 kilogram. And that's how you draw the parcel model. Right? So this is a building block. The first building block that you need to learn how to draw before you can start to build build onto your model. Right? All hard questions, they always start with a parcel model. Right? That is the basic building block. Okay, so that is lesson one. Okay, lesson one on how to draw a parcel model. In our next lesson two, we will talk about how to draw a comparison model. Right? So stay tuned, right, for the next lesson two.